Please be seated, everybody. So welcome, everybody, and thank you for joining us for today's celebration. We are investing endowed position holders in 6 of our 7 schools. Joining me on stage today to celebrate the investiture is 21 faculty members and our provost, Inga Musselman, and our deans, several of our deans. Associate Dean of the Harry W. Bass Jr. School of Arts, Humanities, and Technology, Dr. Shiley Warren. School of Behavioral and Brain Sciences, Dr. Adam Woods. School of Economic, Political and Policy Sciences, Dr. Jennifer Holmes. Naveen Jindal School of Management, Dr. Hassan Perkul. And School of Natural Sciences and Mathematics, Dr. David Heineman. Other academic leaders, members of the cabinet, and the executive leadership team are also joining us today, and I think some of you are seated about. Investiture, one of the oldest traditions in academia, dates back more than 500 years. And today's ceremony is a formal acknowledgement of our growing roster of outstanding faculty appointed to named professorships. These appointments are given in recognition of the insights and passions that have grown from the professors' years of research and teaching. Investiture also marks a personal milestone for each recipient and a short point of pride for family and friends in attendance. For decades, we have been the recipients of generosity from our co-founders and families. You have probably noticed in today's program that several of our endowed positions were established as tributes to our co-founders and early leaders. More recently, endowments have been established by other donors, including several who are with us today. And that includes Mary Susan Barnhill, somewhere above, Venice Stewart, Mike Brody and his family, and Dr. and Mrs. Michael Wald. So thank you so much for your generosity. Continuing generosity of donors such as these make it possible for us to offer an endowed share or professorship to our faculty members. These positions are the highest academic award that the university can bestow, and they last as long as the university lasts. Endowments are an integral part to the university's ability to draw from the most distinguished scholars in their fields. Donors who create named professorships ensure the vitality of our academic and scientific efforts. UT Dallas is one of the nation's youngest premier research universities. But despite our youth, with high caliber faculty like those being honored today, we are national leaders in learning and discovery. And now I invite our provost, Dr. Inga Musselman, to address the importance of academic excellence at our university. Inga?
At the University of Texas at Dallas, we have more than 175 endowed chairs and professorships that were established to assist faculty members in the advancement of their instructional programs and research. These outstanding faculty members serve as institutional leaders, conduct innovative research, mentor junior faculty, graduate, and undergraduate students, and help to attract the very best and brightest individuals to our university. In addition, these distinguished faculty members uphold UT Dallas's strong tradition of academic excellence by challenging and encouraging our students to maintain high standards in the completion of their education. I would now like to invite Dr. Monica Rankin, Associate Professor of History, to introduce our first investee, Dr. Paula Queller-Queller.
Good afternoon. It is an honor to present our first scholar to be recognized here at the UT Dallas Investiture Ceremony. As a faculty member in the Bass School of Arts, Humanities, and Technology, I can attest to the collective efforts within the university to encourage greater cultural understanding and to foment critical thinking among our students and our community of scholars. Last year, I had the privilege of taking part in the search for the Ackerman Center's new fellow of the Jacqueline and Michael Wald Professor of Holocaust Studies. In just a few short months, our new hire has proved to be a treasured colleague and a dear friend. Dr. Paula Quay is an oral historian of modern and contemporary Latin America whose research sheds light on the stories of people traditionally marginalized by society during periods of human rights violations and mass violence. Her work showcases the narratives of those who reside outside power structures, and in doing so, she challenges dominant historical narratives in describing the aftermath of violent conflicts during dictatorships, civil wars, and periods of extreme violence. One of the goals of these regimes is to operate under secrecy, which complicates accessing written archives, making the use of oral history all the more crucial. Dr. Quay's academic credentials include bachelor's degree in law from the Jose Simon Cañas Central American University in El Salvador, Master of Arts in Human Rights and Peace Studies from the University of El Salvador, a Master of Law in International Human Rights Law from the University of Notre Dame, and a PhD in History from the University of Minnesota. From 2005 to 2012, she served in various posts for the Supreme Court of Justice in El Salvador. These experiences prepared her to complete her 2022 PhD dissertation, Salvadoran Women Speak, Female Accounts of Their Struggle Within a Revolution, 1981 to 1992. This has been turned into an award-winning documentary sponsored by the United Nations Development Program. It has been screened at film festivals all over the world to critical acclaim, and I can testify it is a powerful piece of film. Please join me in congratulating my friend and colleague, the fellow of the Jacqueline and Michael Ward Professor in Holocaust Studies, Dr. Paula Quay.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Rankin, for such a wonderful introduction. I'll try to be as brief as possible. If I had to express in just one word what I feel towards UTD right now, I would immediately say gratitude. Thank you, UTD, all of you, for making a childhood dream come true. Ever since my maternal grandmother first took me to the movies in El Salvador when I was 8 years old, I knew I wanted to become a historian. The film I watched that day was Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. So I was completely mesmerized by Indiana Jones digging into the past and trying, with such passion, and trying to find a meaning. So I thought that would be an amazing career. However, my concern was how Dr. Jones could afford his adventures. And then in one scene, he appears lecturing in a classroom. So then I realized I didn't not only want to become a historian, but a university professor. So thank you, UTD, for making that dream come true. Additionally, I would like to particularly express my deepest gratitude to my donors, Jacqueline and Michael Wall, for helping make this world a better place through their generous and unwavering support for education. Furthermore, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to Dr. Benson, Dr. Muselman, Dr. Rummer, and all the members of the search committee who believe in me and gave me the opportunity to become a UTD member. And just to finish really quick, I say that getting a PhD and being here today speaking in front of you, it takes not only hard work, it takes a lot of hard work, I would say it, but it also, I think, it takes a village to get a PhD. So at this moment, I would just like to briefly thank my village for always having been there and having my back when it was very difficult to think I was gonna be here. So I would like to dedicate also this award to my mother, Regina, to my two fathers, Benjamin and John, and to my advisors, Patrick and Sarah, to my life mentors, Manuel and Barbara, and last but not least, thanks to my chosen family, Irene, Astrid, Rene, Rafael, Ana, Oliver, Silke, Vanessa, Claudia, Julio, Amanda, and my newest nephew, Gabriel. And I want to say just special thanks to my lovely and beautiful nephew, Emilio, who taught me that in order to keep moving forward, we must always get back up, no matter how many times we fall. Thank you so much.
And now, faculty investitures from the School of Behavioral and Brain Sciences. Please welcome Jessica Kraft to introduce Adam Woods.
Hello, everyone. It is a true pleasure to stand before you today to speak about someone whose influence has profoundly shaped not only my own professional career, but the growth and development of everyone fortunate enough to meet him. I've had the honor of knowing Dean Woods for the past 8 years. During his tenure at the University of Florida, Dean Woods achieved an extraordinary level of professional success. He's been awarded 23 NIH grants totaling over $47 million. He's held numerous positions, including Program Director for the Cognitive Aging and Memory Clinical Translational Research Program and Associate Dean of Research. His remarkable achievements in research and leadership in such a short time speaks volumes about his tenacity and dedication. I could spend the rest of this ceremony detailing his impressive CV, but instead, I want to focus on who Dean Woods is as a person. I first met Dean Woods when I was beginning my journey as a research assistant, eager yet full of doubt, and wholly unaware of just how transformative the years ahead would be. From the outset, he demonstrated a rare ability to see beyond a CV or a set of skills. He recognized potential, and more importantly, he nurtured that potential with integrity and patience. Lots of patience in my case, sorry about that. As I progressed through my PhD, Dean Woods challenged me to think critically and to work rigorously. He encouraged me to ask deeper questions and to grow into the kind of scientist and person I aspired to be. One of the most powerful examples of his leadership came during one of our hardest chapters, when we lost our lab manager. That grief was heavy. It filled our space with silence and questions that we weren't able to address. And in that moment, Dean Woods didn't lead as a scientist, he led as a human being. He created space for mourning and reflection while ensuring that nobody in the lab felt alone in their grief. His ability to guide us through that period, balancing empathy with steadiness, was a powerful example of his leadership at its most human. It is something I will carry with me always. Over the years, I've had the opportunity to witness Dean Woods' own evolution as a scholar, a leader, and a mentor. His contributions to the field have grown in scope and influence, yet his core values remain the same: a deep commitment to mentorship, a generous spirit, and a dedication to excellence, attributes that shine through in his role as Dean of School of Behavioral and Brain Sciences here at UTD. So to Dean Woods, my highest congratulations on this endowed position. I'm excited for the legacy that you will create here at UT Dallas. So please join me in congratulating Dean Woods.
Whew. Give me a moment while I collect myself, because I have to say that was the most kind and generous introduction I've ever received. No faculty member, no leader is an island. We are built up on those that lift us up. Chief among those are my family, my wonderful wife, Christine, my incredible daughter, Lily, who I'm glad to have here with us today. my incredible mentees and students who over the years have evolved from being those students I spend countless time with as they grow and learn, to dear and cherished colleagues and friends as they go out into the world and conquer new challenges and create entire new fields of study through their incredible drive and determination. I've had the amazing pleasure of working with and mentoring so many fantastic early career faculty, but also from learning from exceptional mentors who helped shape me into the leader I am today. They helped shape me into someone who knew that if we focus on giving back more than we ever got, that we can make the world around us a better place than we ever imagined. And sometimes that giving back can be a very small act of kindness, of giving someone a small amount of grace. And sometimes it can be a large act, but no matter what it is, it's not about the person themselves, it's about the impact they can have on the world around them. It is the greatest honor of my career to serve as Dean of the School of Behavioral and Brain Sciences, a school that is built around the concept of impact. And every lab, and every classroom, every faculty member, every student is focused on using our science, our new understanding, our work to make the world around us a better place. Through improving health and well-being, through helping create new methods of interventions for disease states, through driving forward our understanding of the human brain and behavior to new frontiers that we have never imagined. To be able to lead this school and its incredible faculty, several of which you're going to hear from very soon, is something I could have never dreamed of coming up as an early career faculty member to now. And so it is my greatest pleasure to be here, both with you, with our faculty, and at the University of Texas at Dallas.
Please welcome Margaret Owen to introduce Gregory Dor.
It is quite a pleasure for me to introduce Dr. Greg Dor, who is being inducted into the Bartlett Chair in the School of Behavioral and Brain Sciences. My pleasure is twofold. I get to speak of Dr. Dor's stellar record, as well as convey tribute to Dr. James Bartlett, our former cherished colleague and friend. Dr. Bartlett's mentorship, friendship, and example over many, many years was the rock beneath my own service as interim dean, even from his hospital bed in that last year. I feel honored to be introducing Dr. Dor as he becomes the first Bartlett Chair, paying tribute both to all Jim Bartlett gave to our school and the university, and to Dr. Dor himself. Dr. Dor completed his PhD in pharmacology at UT Health San Antonio in 2002, and a postdoctoral fellowship at the Volum Institute at the Oregon Health and Science University. His first faculty position was in the medical school at the University of Arizona, where he developed one of the first labs in the world studying ion channels involved in migraine headache pain. With strong encouragement from and a developing close friendship with Dr. Bartlett, we recruited him to UT Dallas in 2014. Dr. Dor is widely regarded as one of the world's leading experts on migraine headache, and he's sought after by companies all over the world for his expertise. His research is a core component of our highly successful Center for Advanced Pain Studies, which he co-founded. He's also an outstanding administrative leader, serving since 2021 as head of BBS's Neuroscience Department, our school's fastest growing department. His calm, measured authority always shines. Thank you, Greg, for asking me to make this all too brief introduction as you are awarded the James Bartlett Chair in the School of Behavioral and Brain Sciences. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Dor.
Wow. I don't know how I'm going to follow Dean Woods and Dr. Owen and all the wonderful words that you've heard so far. Thank you all for being here. Of course, thank you to my family. My wife is here. My parents are watching online from New Orleans. They love these things. I think they know more about UT Dallas than I know about UT Dallas at this point. It's kind of amusing. Of course, I'm the one who gets to stand up here and get the honor, but there's a whole lot of people that deserve this honor as well. Certainly all of the people who've worked in the research laboratory for many years. They're the real experts. They're why I'm here. I describe my job as essentially just begging for money to pay them because they need to be funded for what they do. And so, hats off to all of them. They're why I'm here. Wonderful colleagues that I have in the department. We have an amazing group of faculty who make my job as an administrator much easier than it would otherwise be. Our staff, we can't do what we do without the amazing staff that we have in the department. So thanks to all of you. I don't want to make this about me. I really want to make this more about Jim Bartlett. Of course, these endowed positions are always an honor to have, but this one is especially important to me because I knew Jim. Jim was, as Dr. Owen said, he was a major part of the recruitment that brought me here 11 years ago this month. So he was such a welcoming person. It was so much fun to do the recruiting process with him. I mean, he really is a big reason why I'm standing here today. His name is now going to be in my email signature, and I can't think of a better person whose name I want in my email signature every time I send out an email now. So thank you to Jim. His work, his support didn't actually stop when we signed the contract and showed up on campus. Jim knew that my long-term collaborative partner, Ted Price, we moved here together. He knew that Ted and I wanted to start a center, a pain center. And so not long after we got here, Jim started organizing dinners with directors of other centers so that we could meet the current directors of the centers at that time and really grill them on how they did what they did and try to figure out how to do this. And so here we are now. We have a Center for Advanced Pain Studies. I think I'm clearly biased, but I think it's done pretty well, and I hope Jim would be proud of that. We owe a lot of the success to him and the early efforts that he put into that. And I especially want to thank Jim's sister, who's here, and brother-in-law, and so thank you for endowing this position. It's an incredible honor to be the inaugural James Bartlett Chair. I can't thank you enough, and thanks again for all of you for being here.
Please welcome Jenny Ong to introduce Kendra Seaman.
Dr. Kendra Seaman is a scholar whose research focuses on the intersections of learning, motivation, and decision-making across the adult lifespan using a variety of behavioral, modeling, and neuroimaging techniques. She has taught a range of students from middle school through university graduate level courses. Dr. Seaman completed her BA in psychology and biology at the University of Kansas before joining Teach for America. After teaching in Oakland, California and Washington, D.C., she completed a master's and PhD at the Catholic University of America. She completed a postdoc in the Motivated Cognition and Aging Brain Lab with Gregory Larkin at Yale and Duke Universities, before joining the faculty at UT Dallas in 2019. She currently teaches psychology and cognitive neuroscience in UT Dallas's School of Behavioral and Brain Sciences and has been nominated for the UTD President's Teaching Excellence Award for online/blended instruction. Soon after arriving at UTD, Dr. Seaman established the Aging Well Lab in the Center for Vital Longevity. She is the principal investigator of a National Science Foundation grant to better understand the psychological mechanisms and motivations that lead some older adults to make riskier financial decisions than younger adults. She has 23 peer-reviewed journal articles to her credit, as well as numerous poster and symposium presentations. Also notable is the success of her mentees, who, with her guidance, have won research recognition. Provost Musselman and Dean Woods will now formally invest Dr. Kendra Seaman as a fellow Eugene McDermott Distinguished Professor.
Thank you so much. I'm overwhelmed by this honor. I want to thank my family and my friends who couldn't be here today. My father is here, but many of the people who are closest to me could not be here. I want to thank my graduate mentor, Jim Howard. He saw something in that sassy master's student that was in his class and invited me to join his PhD as a PhD student, and mentored me and got me started on this career path. I want to thank my postdoc mentor who opened so many doors for me, accepted me into his lab, and got me into this field of aging and decision making. I want to thank all of my wonderful colleagues here at UTD. I've had such a wonderful experience here in the School of Brain and Behavioral Sciences, in the psychology department at the Center for Vital Longevity. And then most importantly, I want to thank the members of my research lab, the Aging Well Lab. I'm so proud of the group that we've built. I'm so proud of everything that you guys have accomplished, and I'm so proud of everything that you have ahead of you. So thank you all.
Please welcome Jenny Ong to introduce Adriana Shemble.
Dr. Adriana Shemble joined the UT Dallas faculty in 2020 after completing a postdoctoral research fellowship in the Voice Center of the NYU Langone Medical Center. She is the principal investigator of the UTD Larynx Lab, with joint appointments at UT Dallas and UT Southwestern Medical Center. Her research focuses on the role of the larynx in sensory motor voice disorders, how increased vocal demands affect the larynx, and relationships between the larynx and articulatory, respiratory, and neuro subsystems in vocal function and dysfunction. Her postdoctoral training at the NYU School of Medicine studied the effects of vocal exercise on aging laryngeal muscle. She received her doctorate from the University of Pittsburgh, where she studied the effects of increased respiratory drive on laryngeal physiology in aerobic athletes. She earned her MA in Communication Sciences and Disorders from the University of Pittsburgh and BS in Communication Science and Disorders, with minors in theater, dance, and music with a voice emphasis from the Pennsylvania State University. At UT Dallas, she teaches graduate students who are studying voice disorders. She is a licensed speech-language pathologist with a specialty diagnosing and treating patients with voice and laryngeal disorders. She has worked as a speech-language pathologist in Boston, Albuquerque, and Pittsburgh. Dr. Shemble is an avid runner and yogi who also enjoys singing karaoke. Provost Musselman and Dean Woods will now formally invest Dr. Adriana Shemble as a fellow Eugene McDermott Distinguished Professor.
Where I'm standing today, 5 years ago, there's no way that I could have done any of this without the amazing infrastructure, the amazing support, the amazing resources that University of Texas at Dallas has provided for me, as well as the amazing mentors along the way that have helped shape me in who I am today. My fantastic team of the Larynx Lab. Special shout out to Robert Morrison, who is a research scientist in the lab and has been my better half and my collaborator and wonderful support since early on, as well as my amazing collaborators and supporters at the University of Texas, UT Southwestern as well. I always say we are never an island. The best science is team science. And so I will finish off with the thing that Dean Woods told us not to do, was to drop our mic. And I'm going to finish off with a mic drop and say, hashtag team science is, in fact, the best science. Thank you so much.
Please welcome Krista McIntyre to introduce Katherine Thorne.
Good afternoon. It is my honor to introduce Dr. Katherine Thorne, a distinguished neuroscientist, a valued colleague, teacher, and mentor, and my good friend. Dr. Thorne, or Katie to her family and friends, joined our faculty in 2018. She was promoted to associate professor 2 weeks ago. As an assistant professor, she gained international recognition for her research on the neuromodulation of learning and memory and synaptic plasticity. Her expertise led to invitations to speak at conferences worldwide, and she quickly became a friend of the Office of Research due to her numerous research grants from the National Institutes of Health. As her collaborator, I particularly appreciate her intellectual generosity and her ability to integrate information quickly across levels of analysis. Katie's problem-solving prowess and proactive initiative distinguish her as a leader in university service. Even as an assistant professor, she chaired influential committees, including a faculty recruiting committee that led to the hiring of 3 tenure-track faculty in one cycle, and an initiative committee whose efforts resulted in the creation of several new positions in computational neuroscience. As a mentor and teacher, Katie's committed to high standards, and she pushes her students to reach their full potential while still having fun with them. I always know when she's meeting with her group because I can hear her booming laughter in my office. Over 6 years at UT Dallas, including COVID years and years of having 2 babies, Katie's mentored 7 PhD students and over 80 undergraduates, with 15 of those undergraduates earning co-authorship on published papers. As an award-winning teacher, Katie doesn't take shortcuts. She develops new classes when she sees the need, and she gives difficult-to-grade essay exams because she knows that they make students think independently. I'm proud to say that I was the chair of the committee when Katie was hired in 2018. I read the glowing recommendations from Katie's mentors at MIT and Brown and Pfizer. Her exceptional abilities promise to elevate the quality of research in our neuroscience department. Today, we honor her for fulfilling that promise. Congratulations, Katie.
So as many people have remarked, this represents not just my work, but the work of many people. And thank you, Krista, for that very kind introduction. So I want to start my thanks with my family. I think my parents are watching online. I hope they are. And my boys who are here, Sam and Jim, I love you so much, and I'm so glad you could be here. And Chris, who has worked just as hard as I have. I know this means as much to you as it means to me. And it's particularly an honor to receive this recognition alongside so many of my BBS and neuroscience colleagues here at UTD who have supported me as an assistant professor and have created an environment where newcomers and junior faculty can make meaningful contributions to shaping the life of the university. And so the Eugene McDermott professorships, I think, really highlight that as well. And so I feel very honored to receive that. Krista, thank you for sharing the stage with me and for introducing me. I remember meeting you when I interviewed as the chair of the committee that hired me. And since that time, you've become a valuable mentor and collaborator and friend and have boosted me and boosted the science. And I can't thank you enough. To my colleagues again in neuroscience, and those we collaborate with most closely, especially Krista and the Texas Biomedical Device Center, but everyone else who's been so generous in helping my students and reading my grants and serving as sounding boards, just because that's the kind of department that we have. It's been amazing. Greg, congratulations on your own award, and thank you for fostering that kind of environment. And Adam, congratulations on your award, and I hope that we continue to see great things from you and that kind of environment continuing to be supported. And I will shout out Provost Musselman and Joe Pancrazio from the Office of Research for providing, again, an environment where faculty and research are supported and where students are supported. And I hope that as we encounter new challenges in the weeks and months and years ahead, and as the university continues to mature, that those core values of faculty support and student support remain unshakable. And finally, thank you to my students and my lab who do all the hard work. Camillo and Jackson and Qing, who started things off, and Haley and Chris and Nick and Aoi, who are here, and Mina, my lab manager, who is here, who are all taking us in exciting new directions as we speak. And to the Army of undergrad researchers, past and present, you guys know it's been a particularly crazy year in the Thorne lab. And I've been so impressed by your resilience and your flexibility and all the accomplishments during this crazy year. So thank you to everyone for all of your support.
And now, faculty from the School of Economic, Political, and Policy Sciences. Please welcome Channy Lee to introduce Elizabeth Searing.
Dear distinguished guests, faculty members, and esteemed colleagues, good afternoon. It's an absolutely joy and a tremendous honor for me to introduce Dr. Elizabeth A.M. Searing at today's University Investiture ceremony. This moment marks a significant milestone in her exceptional academic and professional career, and I'm truly grateful to stand here and celebrate her well-deserved recognition. Dr. Searing is an associate professor at the School of EPPS here at UTD, and an internationally respected scholar in the fields of nonprofit financial management, social enterprise, and the broader social economy. She's also currently an adjunct research professor at Carleton University in Canada. All over the world, her professional work is deeply rooted in one mission: to help those who help others. Since joining UT Dallas in 2020, Dr. Searing has published over 30 peer-reviewed articles, co-authored more than 25 chapters and entries, and helped shape this field with impactful books such as The Social Enterprise Zoo, The Management of Nonprofit Organization. Her influential voice and visionary leadership extended beyond her research, as reflected in her role on executive transition team for ARNOVA, which is the main membership association for nonprofit researchers, and her service as division chair for the public and nonprofit division of the Academy of Management. She also serves as the associate director of journal Nonprofit Management Leadership, plus on editorial boards of several other journals. But for me, this honor is personal. I want to express my deepest gratitude to my dissertation committee chair, Dr. Elizabeth Searing. You have been so much more than a research advisor. You have been a mentor, a role model, a guiding light. Your wisdom, patience, academic integrity, and unwavering belief in my potential have profoundly shaped my journey, especially in moments of uncertainty. Your supportive guidance and constructive feedback consistently brought clarity and encouragement. You have impacted my life journey in ways I will never forget. And now I'm tremendously inspired to carry your legacy forward by mentoring and supporting others, just as you have done and invested for me. It is a true privilege to celebrate you today. Please join me in honoring Dr. Elizabeth A.N. Searing. To Dr. Searing, my Texas-sized congratulations to you on this outstanding, prestigious, and well-deserved achievement on this endowed position from the bottom of my heart.
First, I would like to thank my program, my school, and fellow UTD faculty for their support. I'd like to thank the amazing UTD development team for their work in creating this opportunity, and I would like to thank Venice and Larry Stewart for their vision in creating this unique, one-of-a-kind endowed professorship. I'd also like to thank my students, both here and at other institutions, who have kept me humble and who provide daily reminders of why teaching and a shared commitment to improving the world is so important. I'd like to also thank my amazing colleagues and co-authors. I will never truly understand how I am so lucky as to know so many brilliant, inspiring people as those that I work and write with. I'd like to thank everyone who works and volunteers in the nonprofit sector and social economy. We work with less resources and less respect on extremely difficult problems, ones that are sometimes considered too difficult for the other sectors to handle. We know this, and we do the job anyway. And I cannot possibly be dedicated to a higher service than serving this sector. And most of all, I'd like to thank my family, especially my children who don't remember mom before grad school. To my family, you are all my reasons. Thank you.
And now, faculty from the Eric Johnson School of Engineering and Computer Science. Please welcome Nabnil Chowdhury to introduce Quanad Basu.
Good afternoon, distinguished guests, faculty members, and esteemed colleagues. It is both an honor and a deeply personal privilege to stand before you today to speak about someone who has not only shaped the fields of hardware security and functional safety, but has also profoundly influenced my own academic journey, along with several others. Today, as we gather for this investiture ceremony, we are here to celebrate more than just academic excellence. We're here to honor a mentor, a visionary, and a guiding force whose influence ranges far beyond technical papers and research milestones. I am speaking with great admiration and gratitude about my PhD advisor, Dr. Quanad Basu. From the very beginning, Dr. Basu has led by example with intellectual rigor, clarity of purpose, and humility in his mentorship. His pioneering work in post-silicon validation and hardware-based malware detection has not only expanded boundaries in research, but has also inspired many of us, including myself, to ask deeper questions, challenge existing assumptions, and also pursue bold ideas with a lot of confidence. Over the years, Dr. Basu's remarkable contributions have been widely and rightfully recognized. He received the prestigious NSF Career Award and was honored in consecutive years with the inclusion in IEEE top picks in conferences like IEEE Test and Reliability in 2024 and 2023. He was further recognized with the Best Assistant Professor Award at the UTD Johnson Faculty Research Awards. His research has been published in reading conferences such as NDSS, DAC, HOST, and notable peer-reviewed journals such as IEEE TMLR, TC, and TIFFs. But over all of that, Dr. Basu has also fostered award-winning student participation in top competitions such as HackDAC, VLSI Design, and NYUC Saw Logic Locking. His early leadership was nationally also recognized with the 2019 nomination for the prestigious Blavatnik Awards. Beyond the accolades, however, what truly sets Dr. Basu apart is his unwavering dedication to his students and the community. The door to his office is always open, and it is not only a place for us to gather to discuss ideas, but it's also a place where ideas are nurtured, where growth is not only supported, it's also expected. And his unwavering determination to push us to explore our own horizons is beyond anything I could ever ask for. As one of his mentees, I can sincerely say his mentorship has not only shaped my research and my thinking, and it has also pushed me and my confidence to aim higher, even at times when I did not really believe in myself. So today we celebrate this investiture. Let us recognize not just the scholar, but the mentor, the leader, and the person who has left an indelible mark on the lives of so many. Dr. Basu, your commitment to excellence, your generosity of spirit, and your unwavering support has made a lasting impact, I know, on myself, but I know I speak for a lot of other people, including students who have graduated from your lab as well. So congratulations, Dr. Basu, and thank you deeply.
Wow, this is overwhelming. So thanks, Navneel, for the kind introduction. I'm not sure I'm worthy of that, but thanks again. And it's an honor to receive this award from President Benson. Interestingly, I don't know whether you remember this or not, but my first dinner after joining UTD was opposite to you in the same table. So receiving the same honor from you here is a great achievement, I believe. So I'm really thankful to a lot of people, and my family here, my parents and my mother-in-law flew 8,000 miles away from India to attend this ceremony, so I'm really thankful to them. My students are here, my department head, Dr. Bhatia, is there. They've always supported me. Without great students, I wouldn't be here, and without my department head support, of course, this is not possible. I'm really thankful to some people who are not here, my ex-students. Some of them have really shown and been into industry leaders. My collaborators, both from academia and industry, as well as from government, who have helped me reach these heights, find out special problems, and try to solve them. Some of the people I really want to thank are the teachers I've encountered throughout my life, as all of us are fundamentally teachers, and we realize how much contribution each of us have for our students. I would really like to thank my postdoc advisor, my PhD advisor, my teachers in my grad school, my undergrad school, my high school, middle school, elementary school, and everyone who has shaped my career till now. But one special person I want to thank is my father, Dr. Professor Shukallan Basu, who is here with us today. He has been instrumental in achieving what I am here today. Right from the childhood, when I didn't understand what is right or what is wrong, he has always helped me inculcate the search for the unknown. He has helped me understand what research is, and he has helped me explore the boundaries and go away from the comfort zone and explore the unknown. That has helped actually shape my career, and that's how I do research with my students. We try to explore the unknown, like if you watch a Star Wars movie, try to see if we can make that fiction a real life. That's what science is. And I believe I owe everything to him. So thank you, everyone. Have a great afternoon. Bye.
Please welcome Bernadette Magalinden to introduce Schwang Tui.
Good afternoon. It is an honor to introduce my doctoral supervisor, Dr. Tui. As an assistant professor at UTD, specializing in energy storage and conversion, Dr. Tui has rapidly distinguished herself as a rising star in this competitive field. Since starting her position in August 2021, she continues to demonstrate her leadership in cutting-edge energy research, with awards for 13 projects where her personal share exceeds $5 million. Dr. Tui plays a pivotal role in national energy initiatives, including the Department of Energy, or DOE, Store for Build Consortium, DOE Energy Earthshot Research Centers, and the Department of Defense, or DoD, Batteries and Energy to Advance Commercialization and National Security Center, driving advancements in long-term energy storage solutions. Her expertise in the field is further reflected in her publications in high-impact journals, such as Advanced Materials, and Journal of Energy Storage, accumulating over 1,000 citations as of February 18. Because of her expertise, she was selected as an associate editor for the ASME Journal of Energy Resources Technology and has received the Best Reviewer Award from ASTFE. Dr. Tui's research achievements are complemented by her abilities as a mentor and project manager. She established a research lab that supports graduate and undergraduate students in performing innovative research. In the last 3.5 years that I've received her visionary guidance over my research, I achieved more than I imagined possible, including the DOE iBuild Graduate Research Fellowship, the DOE AMTO Summer Internship, first place in the DOE Jump into STEM Challenge, and the NSF Student Participation Award and Student Award at the 17th ASME Energy Sustainability Conference. Our lab has had numerous other accolades under her mentorship, including the Best Poster Award at ASME IMECI Conference and several awards from UT Dallas, including Best Graduate and Undergraduate Poster Awards and the Mechanical Engineering Outstanding Undergraduate Researcher and Scholar Awards. Dr. Tui has instilled in me and my peers the confidence to achieve excellence. From the bottom of my heart, I thank Dr. Tui for her dedication to leading her students to success, compelling ourselves to exceed our own expectations so that we can also make our marks in the field. I'm greatly moved to share this monumental moment with my advisor, who has lifted me up many, many times. Congratulations to you, Dr. Tui. This honor is well-deserved.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for my first PhD student in my group for the nice introduction. I really appreciate. And I feel so honored and humbled to stand here today as a newly named professor. And this recognition means a lot to me. It's not just a big personal milestone, but it is also a reflection of people who are around me that have supported and inspired me throughout my journey. And first, I would like to thank the leadership and also the selection committee. I'm so grateful for your confidence in me and for the opportunity to continue growing in this role. And to my colleagues, mentors, students, and collaborators, thank you a lot. I really appreciate what you have done throughout my 3.5 years at UTD. Your inspiration, encouragement, and partnership shapes the way I think, I teach, and I lead. This is as much yours as it is mine. And to my family, my parents, and my husband, Yuejia, in the back, and also my little newborn, Yu, last year, I really appreciate all your patience, love, and confidence in me. Actually, so every single step I've taken ahead, you are the quiet strength behind that. And this recognition also reminds me of our work in academia. It's not only the knowledge, it is also the impact. So the impact on the students, on our field, and on our community. I feel so excited to continue on that work with all of you here, and I look forward to what lies ahead. Thanks again for this incredible honor. Thank you.
Please welcome Dylan Boylan to introduce Simon Dye.
All right, hello everyone. So it's my great pleasure to introduce Dr. Simon Dye. He's an outstanding educator, researcher, and mentor who is receiving a well-deserved professorship endowment. So I have the privilege of working under Dr. Dye. I'm a doctoral student working under him currently. I started about 4 years ago, and it's been a great time working under him. He's truly inspiring, and I've seen firsthand how impactful his leadership is in both our publications, our research, as well as in our lab. Dr. Dye is an associate professor of mechanical engineering here at UTD. His research addresses critical challenges in energy, water, and health through the innovative approaches in our lab in both energy sustainability, thermal packaging, and water harvesting. His group's recent work has redefined a 50-year-old classical model in condensation, which is very impressive, with notable publications in Newton, Joule, and PNAS. He is a recipient of multiple prestigious awards. I've been thankful to be in his group while he's receiving these awards over the last few years. He is a recipient of the DARPA Young Faculty Award in 2023, most recently. He's a recipient of the National Science Foundation Career Award in 2021, and also the Army Research Office Investigator Award in 2019. So here at UTD, he has also been instrumental in the success of undergraduate students. We've had a few in our lab that have joined our lab purely because of how much they were inspired by his teaching. He has served as the co-chair of the Thermal Fluid Committee in the Graduate Research Committee and the Awards Committee for the Mechanical Engineering Department. And beyond the campus, he also co-chairs professional conferences, one specifically being the Micro Flow and Interfacial Phenomena. This is a great conference, been there. He does a great job over there. That was both for 2024 and 2025. And he serves as a reviewer for over 50 academic journals. So Dr. Dye's research has a huge impact on energy sustainability as well as the environment. And it's really inspired me and helped me take this step to do a PhD myself. So I'd like to thank Simon Dye one more time, and please join me in congratulating him on this wonderful endowmentship.
I came to UT Dallas in 2016, if I remember correctly, the same year as President Benson. And I was also honored to be among one of the first group of people that Provost Musselman signed over. So it's really a special feeling to receive the recognition from both of you. UT Dallas has provided exceptional students, colleagues, who I had the honor to work with. Actually, they made me here. I would especially thank my students and postdocs. Some of them are sitting there, thank you, and some of them graduated already. They find their own jobs. So it is your support and contribution that help our group to achieve many milestones. There are many ways to be successful. Unfortunately, I only know one, that is hard work. Whenever I work hard, my wife feels hard. So she's here right now. I would like to thank you especially for your support over the years. Thank you. Thank you all.
Please welcome Jacob Roy to introduce Yiqing Ding.
Dr. Yiqing Ding is an assistant professor of bioengineering at UT Dallas. He is actively engaged in developing new systems for investigating cardiac development and injury, with primary support from the National Institutes of Health, National Science Foundation, and American Heart Association. Before joining the engineering and computer science faculty in 2020, he was an assistant project scientist at UCLA Health, one of the top-ranked medical facilities in California. He is the principal investigator of the D Incubator located in the UTD Natural Science and Engineering Research Laboratory. The long-term goal of their research is to advance experimental paradigms with a special interest in cardiac development and remodeling. Through the D Incubator, they expect to bring about new engineering methods to contribute to cardiac development and regeneration. They integrate imaging with computational, biomechanical, and biochemical methodologies. Recent efforts focus on developing high spatiotemporal resolution optical imaging methods and AI-based computational platforms that will advance holistic strategies to assess cardiac structures and contractile dysfunctions. Dr. Ding's postdoctoral training at UCLA as a project scientist took place in the School of Engineering and Medicine. He earned a bachelor's degree in optomechanical engineering from Tsinghua University, a PhD in biomedical engineering from Peking University. President Benson and Provost Musselman will now formally invest Dr. Yiqing Ding as a fellow, Cecil H. and Ida Green Professor in Systems Biology Science.
Thank you so much for your nice introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. So it's my great honor to be here, standing in front of you today, accept this endowed professorship. When I set up my lab during pandemic in 2020, I could never have imagined such an opportunity like this. It's a surreal but nice. I really appreciate the mentorship, the support, the inspiration I received from my colleagues, my mentors, my students, my family over the past several years. I also want to take this opportunity to tell you I would like to use this opportunity to advance the research field, our ongoing research project, and also I want to make the meaningful contribution to the society and train the next generation of young scholars in the bioengineering field. Thank you so much for your support and trust. Thank you.
Please welcome William Anderson to introduce Edward White.
Well, I have the great privilege of introducing Professor Edward White, or Ed as we've come to know him in the department. So Ed is a professor of mechanical engineering in the Eric Johnson School of Engineering and Computer Science, and he's also our department head. Ed is a relatively newcomer, having joined us last summer, although he has already distinguished himself as a real, true leader scholar and someone who represents really all the best qualities you could think of an engineering professor. And so to our department, he has brought a real calming leadership presence, and he's displayed a very keen eye, very perceptive to kind of quietly address problems in real time, And so it's been great, Ed, having you join us. Prior to UTD, Ed was a professor of aerospace engineering at Texas A&M University. He was there for 15 years. At A&M, Ed was engaged in aerodynamics research, using a state-of-the-art wind tunnel and a horde of wide-eyed Aggie undergrads to measure key processes affecting aerodynamic design of aircraft wings. And I understand that on more than one occasion, an Aggie student asked Ed to explain the purpose of the work since, quote, airplanes don't fly in tunnels. I'm not expecting any UTD students to ask him that question, but well, we'll see. I remember when Ed was visiting and throughout the interview process, it was clear to all of us that although he was really naturally very pleased and proud of his research, of course, like we all are, his true source of pride was derived from mentoring students and production of students and seeing them go off and have their own careers and do their own thing. And in fact, in true Ed fashion, I've learned that he plans to use the proceeds from this investiture to support student groups in the school. So congratulations, Ed, on receiving this great recognition. I continue to be very pleased and grateful to have you as a colleague, and I wish you the absolute best in your endeavors at UTD. Thanks.
All right. Well, thank you, Will, and President Benson and Provost Musselman. I'm really touched and honored to receive your support in this award. And Will, thanks for the kind words. And it is nice to be in an environment where people can appreciate a good Aggie joke. As Will was just saying, I'm new to UTD and a new department head. And so for me, this was a tremendous step into the unknown, both for me and my wife, Melody, who's here. It's a personal challenge, taking on something new. It's a professional challenge. And I just can't say how delighted I am at how things have come out. Cynthia and Simon, who've just received recognition moments ago, Will, members of the department that are in the audience here, just have shown such great support and friendliness and excellent scholarship and teaching. I couldn't be more pleased with what I've found here. It's been truly remarkable, and I'm grateful to be here. So really, I feel like accepting this award, of course it's a personal honor, but really on behalf of the entire department that's made my arrival here and the work I hope to do just such a pleasure. So thank you to all, and thank you for being the excellent colleagues that you are. This is wonderful, and it's really quite an honor to be here. Thanks.
And now, faculty from the Naveen Jindal School of Management. Please welcome Shini Vasan Raganathan to introduce Hussein Shawisholu.
I believe this is the first time a student, Hussein, and his advisor, myself, are honored in the same ceremony, during the same ceremony. So pardon me if my introduction is a little informal. After all, he was my student. So I'm pleased to introduce my former student and current colleague, Dr. Hussein Shawisholu. He completed his undergraduate degree in industrial engineering from the prestigious Borsche University in Istanbul, Turkey. He joined the PhD program in the School of Management in fall 1999. That is the same year, I also joined UT Dallas as a faculty member. If my recollection is correct, he wanted to do a PhD in finance. However, I am glad that he switched his major and pursued his doctoral studies in information systems. And I'm even more glad that he chose me as his thesis supervisor. Hussein spent all his academic career at UT Dallas, except for 3 years after his graduation, when he was a faculty member at Tulane University. He returned to UT Dallas after Katrina hit New Orleans. Dr. Shawisholu pioneered the research stream on the economics of information security, which he initiated as part of his doctoral dissertation. The work has had such an impact in the IS field that currently no work in economics of information security can get away without citing one of his papers. For the last few years, he has been working in the economics of online retail platforms, especially the subtle implications of the different strategies that Amazon, this huge online retailer, is employing. Finally, my introduction of Hussein would not be complete if I do not mention one thing that I learned from him over the years, collaborating with him on numerous research projects. Hussein is extremely passionate about his work and vigorously defends his work when questioned. I attribute any such quality that I have in me to my association with Hussein. I'm fortunate to have had Hussein as a student and to have him as a colleague and a collaborator. I'm truly happy to see this recognition bestowed upon him. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Hussein Shawisholu.
All right. Good afternoon. I came to UT Dallas as a PhD student in 1999, almost by coincidence. At the time, I had applied mostly to engineering programs. The only exception was UTD. One day, my undergraduate professor in Turkey mentioned that his friend, Hasan Pirkul, had recently become the dean of the business school at UT Dallas and was looking for bright PhD students. He suggested I consider applying. I remember it like it was yesterday. I opened the UTD website using the Netscape browser. It took 5 minutes to load, and the design was, let's just say, less than impressive. And I emailed Dean Pirkul to express my interest, and to my surprise, he responded quickly saying, okay, we will admit you. He ended his email with a very warm phrase in Turkish. Gözlerinden öperim. I kiss you from your eyes. It was such a touching and welcoming gesture. Encouraged by his response, I sent him another email, asking if he would also consider admitting my twin brother, who had already been accepted into several PhD programs. Dean Pirkul said yes, and just like that, both of us began our journey at UTD. Today, as I stand here being invested as Ashbel Smith Professor, I am filled with gratitude. First and foremost, I want to express my deepest gratitude to my mother. After losing our father when I was just 6, she raised my brother and me on her own with courage, strength, and constant love. Her sacrifices and support shaped the person I am today. I am also profoundly grateful to Dean Hasan Pirkul. His early encouragement brought me to the UTD, but his mentorship over the years has just meant so much more. He has been a steady guide and a father figure throughout my academic journey. And to my twin brother, Hasan Shawisholu, now a professor at University of British Columbia. Thank you for my being constant companion. I have never walked this path alone, and I am deeply thankful for that. And my heartfelt thanks go to my advisor, colleague, and friend, Professor Raganathan. He has been a remarkable mentor, not only taught me how to do rigorous and meaningful research, but also shown me by example what it means to be a generous and thoughtful scholar. And finally, to my wife, Nadia, thank you for your love, patience, and calm presence. Your support keeps me grounded, and your beliefs in me keeps me going. It's a tremendous honor to be named an Ashbel Smith Professor. I am proud to be part of this great institution, and I look forward to contributing to its continued success for many years to come. Thank you.
Please welcome Karen Knowlton to introduce Sung-Yoon Lee.
Good afternoon and hello, everyone. It is a true honor to be here with you today to recognize a remarkable scholar and colleague, Dr. Sung-Yoon Lee, as he is appointed as the Ashbel Smith Professor of Strategic Management here at the University of Texas, Dallas. The person for whom this position is named, Dr. Ashbel Smith, was the first president of the UT System Board of Regents and became known as the father of the University of Texas. The Ashbel Smith Professorship is reserved for individuals whose contributions have undeniably shaped their field and inspired the broader academic community. Dr. Lee is an ideal recipient of this title. Dr. Lee earned his PhD from The Ohio State University and received multiple accolades as a promising junior scholar. Today, we see that he has made a lasting mark on the field of strategic management. His groundbreaking research has received Best Paper Awards that span 15 years and received over 57,000 citations to date. Dr. Lee has helped us to understand important and complex questions, such as how companies respond in times of economic crisis, and the mechanisms behind corporate bribery and corruption. His research exemplifies both intellectual rigor and relevance to business and society, having received recognition from sources such as The Economist and the US Small Business Administration. We are incredibly lucky to have Dr. Lee here at UT Dallas, not only for his brilliant research, but for the presence and impact he has on our community. He has served on or chaired over 20 dissertation committees and received multiple teaching awards. His colleagues, myself among them, know him for his exceptional thoughtfulness, humility, and generosity, which he brings to his department and this university. Please join me in warmly congratulating Dr. Sung-Yoon Lee on his exciting and well-deserved recognition.
It is truly an honor to be part of this remarkable recognition. I'd like to take this opportunity to express my gratitude to of course, my wife Hannah, my son Paul, and daughter-in-law Esther, and a special thanks to my younger son who is watching online in Iowa. Also to appreciate my nephew and niece, their mom, and Rua, their daughter here, a wonderful kid, who made this time to attend this ceremony despite their busy schedules. I'm not sure whether Rua was happy or sad to get out of school early, but I'm sure that she's fine to be here. And also I want to extend my the deepest sincere thanks to my Hunters Glen Baptist Church life group members, my brothers and sisters there, as well as my spinning buddies that they're working out together, and you all really bring joy, encouragement, energy, to me in my life. Also, special thanks to my special friends like Lisa and Irvik, who have been faithful friends for many years. This day, of course, I worked hard, but that doesn't mean there were no others. This day would not have been possible without the unwavering support of my family, friends, as well as outstanding leadership at the Dean's Office, at School Management, and the President, and wonderful colleagues that I have in my area. Each there with their own unique and at times terrible characters. I mean, not terrible, but tolerable characters. Although I cannot acknowledge every moment that shared with my dear friends and colleagues, I can share at least one anecdotal story with you. It was when I was serving as the area coordinator, which is equivalent to department heads in other schools. I once asked my dean per cool, how he deals with some difficult people, which we call rotten apples. And he said, look, in my dreams, I beat up 2 people every night. So I was like, is it going to help me? And I thought about that. But it turned out it didn't help much. It turned out that I'm not a good fighter. However, it was really, nice to have a moment of human wisdom that he guided me through. And there were many other, so many numerous, anecdotes I can share. But given the sake of time, that I won't go all those things. I'll stop here. But the last thing I want to say is thank you everybody that's been supporting me, my parents and everybody that's supporting me for making this day so meaningful. And thank you so much.
Please welcome Yilin Lu to introduce Chui Li Chen.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's my great honor and a privilege today to introduce my doctoral supervisor, Chui Li Chen, as she is formerly invited as an Ashbel Smith professor. Dr. Chen is an accomplished scholar and inspiring mentor who pioneered research spans stakeholder management, corporate social responsibility, and corporate governance. Her influential studies have significantly advanced our understanding of how organizations effectively engage with stakeholders, enhance governance practices, and fulfill their social responsibility in a sustainable way. Throughout her career, Dr. Chen has consistently published influential work in top management journals, such as the Academy of Management Journal, Strategic Management Journal, and Organizational Science, shaping both theory and practical applications. Her dedication to excellence in research is complemented by her passion and commitment to mentoring students like myself. She generously invests her time in guiding students through academic challenges and always inspires us to ask meaningful questions and pursue innovative ideas. Many of her students have gone to achieve great success in the academy, guided by her ongoing support. As one of her students, I have personally experienced her supportive mentorship and insightful guidance. Her approach as an educator is defined by genuine care, rigorous scholarship, and a strong desire to nurture the next generation of academic scholars. Today, as the university awards Dr. Chen this prestigious honor, it acknowledges not only her exceptional academic achievements, but also her profound dedication to academia, mentorship, and service. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Chui Li Chen on this well-deserved achievement.
Good afternoon, everyone. I feel very honored to be here, and thank you, my doctoral student, Eileen, for the wonderful introduction. I would actually like to echo Dr. Paula's earlier remark about it takes a village to raise a child. While I'm certainly not a child anymore, I do feel constantly fortunate and grateful that I have met over my whole academic journey, I have met many wonderful friends, colleagues, and mentors, supervisors, teachers, fellow students, mentees, right, and wonderful courses, so on and so forth, right. Today, in particular, I would like to thank our Dean Hassan and our colleague Sun Yang, who brought me overseas 8 years ago to join the UTD, which started the new chapter of my career. And last but not least, I would like to thank my family, my husband Ricky, my son Rio, and my daughter Amy to be here to show their support. And without their patience and unwavering support for me, I wouldn't be here. Thank you, and thank you everyone.
Please welcome Hussein Shawisholu to introduce Vasan Raganathan.
It's me again. So good afternoon. It's a distinct honor and a personal joy to introduce someone who has worn many hats in my life. My PhD advisor, my mentor, my colleague, and above all, my friend, Professor Vasan Raganathan. Professor Raganathan received his PhD from the University of Pittsburgh in 1990. He joined the UTD in 1999, which also happens to be the year I began my PhD studies here. From the start, I had the privilege of learning from him, and his guidance helped shape both my academic path and professional values. I was struck not just by his deep intellect and sharp analytical mind, but also by his patience and strong belief in his students. He has a remarkable gift for seeing potential in others, even when we didn't see it in ourselves, and guiding us with a steady hand and thoughtful questions. Over the years, I have had the privilege of seeing him in many roles. A brilliant researcher whose work shaped our field, a dedicated educator who brings clarity and depth to every classroom he enters, and a generous colleague whose door is always open. And through it all, his integrity, wisdom, and quiet leadership have remained constant. Today's investiture is not only a recognition of his scholarly achievements, but also a celebration of his profound impact on students, colleagues, and the academic community. It could not be more well-deserved. Please join me in congratulating Professor Vasan Raganathan on this extraordinary honor.
Thanks, Hussein, for those remarks. First of all, I want to thank the Brody family for establishing this endowment. I believe they are here. Is he here? Okay. I sincerely appreciate your support. It, of course, provides significant support to carry out my research activities. I also want to thank UT Dallas and JSAM in particular for creating and nurturing an environment that supports high-quality research. More importantly, I'm very happy that the school has maintained this environment even as it has grown so much in the last 25 years that I've been here. Many thanks are to several people, my family, teachers, students, and many others who helped me in my education and academic career. My thanks especially to my doctoral students, from whom I've learned a lot. They have always been my inspiration, students like Hussein. Thanks a lot.
Please welcome Jun Lee to introduce Harold Hoybingjam.
Good afternoon, everyone. So it's truly an honor to introduce Professor Harold Zam as we celebrate his recognition as an Ashbel Smith professor at UT Dallas. So as Harold's colleague, co-author, and friend, I've had the privilege to witness the profound impact he has made on our university, our field, and on all of us fortunate enough to work with him. So Harold is a leading expert in asset pricing, taxation, and optimal portfolio choices, now part of the broader field of household finance. His research has been published in top finance, accounting, and economics journals, earning numerous prestigious awards. His early work laid the foundational framework for understanding borrowing constraints as endogenous outcomes shaped by default risks and market imperfections. This framework has been widely used to study consumption dynamics, fiscal policy effects, international capital flows, and capital market design. Harold's studies on household finance shows us how taxes and housing influence financial decisions in different contexts. Harold graduated from Duke in 1994 and joined UTD in 2005. For the past 9 years, he has led our finance area as the coordinator. So under his leadership, we have attracted outstanding faculty, developed innovative curricula, and significantly boost our research reputation. So what truly sets Harold apart, as we all know, is his character. His integrity, humility, and genuine concerns for others have created collaborative and respectful environment within our area, one we are proud to be part of. So please join me in congratulating Harold on this well-deserved honor.
Thank you, Jane, for a very generous introduction. It's a great honor and a privilege to receive this distinguished professorship. And I would like to thank my family, my wife, Zonglan was right in the audience, and my daughter, Adela. And my son is in college, son Han, and hopefully he's actually seen this via the live stream. So it's my family that's really kept me going, and it's sort of continuous support that keeps pushing me into the next step and next level, and I greatly appreciate that. Also, I would like to thank my colleagues, in particular my co-authors, and Jing Li, and also Feng Zhao that are here. And it's been a truly sort of pleasure and working with them, and makes research is not just a job, but something that's fun and is a joy to do. And also I would like to thank Xiao as my longtime friend, who actually really sort of is like someone that's to talk to, and when I need actual advice, and it's a pleasure to work with him on various projects and programs as well. And finally, I would like to thank our leadership and Dr. Benson and Dr. Musselman, and in particular, Dean Perku. It's really in his leadership that the Jindal School of Management that fostered this environment, and that actually makes us, in fact, sort of enjoying research and make research, by the way, that challenges assumptions and deepens our understanding of the world. That's something that I'm proud to pursue in this environment that actually values rigor and curiosity and impact. Thank you very much.
And finally, faculty from the School of Natural Sciences and Mathematics. Please welcome Michael Nugent to introduce Nicole Deniscoco.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a true honor to be standing here today to introduce Dr. Nicole Deniscoco. Not just a brilliant scientist and a mentor, but as someone I've had the privilege of working alongside since the very beginning of her lab. I was her first graduate student, and for the past 5 years, I've been her first postdoctoral fellow. For nearly 7 years now, I've had a front row seat in the remarkable growth of her research program, her impact on this university, and the generous ways that she invests in the people around her. Dr. Deniscoco earned both of her undergraduate and PhD degrees from MIT. She then completed her postdoctoral training at UT Southwestern and joined the faculty here at UTD in 2018 as an assistant professor. And through a combination of vision, rigor, timeless dedication, she was recently promoted to associate professor with tenure. Today, we celebrate her investiture as an endowed faculty member, an honor that I believe is extremely well-deserved. Her research sits on the cutting edge of microbiology, biochemistry, and women's health, with a special focus on postmenopausal women, a demographic far often overlooked in biomedical research. She's authored over 20 peer-reviewed publications as a senior author, secured major federal funding, and was recently awarded the NIH Caribou Collaboration Catalyst Award for her leadership in bringing scientists together across disciplines. But what I've always admired most was the lab environment itself. Collaborative, supportive, and intellectually alive. She mentors with intention and leads with empathy. She has a rare gift of recognizing potential in others and pushing them gently but firmly to achieve their most. Nicole, I'm so proud of you. To see your work recognized like this after all the hours, the challenges, and the care you've poured into your science and your team, it's truly inspiring, and I'm deeply grateful to have been part of it for all this time. Esteemed colleagues, friends, please join me in celebrating Dr. Nicole Deniscoco, a visionary scientist, a devoted mentor, and a leader whose work continues to shape the future of our UT Dallas community.
Here today to help honor everybody on this stage. Someone already discussed the importance of team science, and I just really want to center back on that. Team science includes, first and foremost, our trainees who do all of the work in the lab. It is through their hard work and dedication that we as faculty are able to make the scientific advancements that really push the fields forward. I really would like to thank all of my trainees for joining me in my mission to provide evidence-based treatments for women, for the millions of women who are silently suffering from chronic infectious disease. Team science also
extends across disciplines. And this is one of the things that I love the most about UT Dallas. UT Dallas is built for interdisciplinary science. In one building, I can go downstairs and find one of the kindest, most talented chemists who I've had the pleasure of working with, and work with him to develop new cool probes that will really change how we treat these infections. I can go upstairs and find a bioengineer who can help to build a device that will allow us to diagnose these infections with great reproducibility, rigor, and within only 5 minutes. I can go downstairs to the basement and I can find a neuroscientist, and we can begin to explore together how infections lead to pain responses in the bladder. Lastly, I'd like to dedicate this award to my greatest team, the greatest team of my life, which is my family. My husband, Ernie, who is my other half. I love you more than anything, and you deserve this award as much as I do. I'd also like to thank Ernie's parents who are here today for creating such a wonderful human being. Lastly, I'd like to thank my own parents, my mother who's here today, who taught me how to persevere through very tough times and to always work hard and be empathetic towards others. And to my father, who unfortunately is not with us, but he inspired in me a true love of the natural world and to always be intellectually curious and follow my curiosity where it might take me. And so I thank my parents for their immeasurable support and all the sacrifices they made. Thank you.
Please welcome Jasmine Tutal to introduce Donnie.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is a privilege to introduce Dr. Donnie, an associate professor from the Department of Chemistry and Biochemistry. Since joining her lab in 2016, Dr. Donnie and I have shared many milestones together. I was one of her first graduate students, her first PhD graduate, and the first in the lab to receive an American Chemical Society postdoctoral fellowship. Behind my success is a mentor who believed in me from the very beginning. I'm incredibly grateful to have Dr. Donnie as that mentor, someone who continually pushes me beyond my comfort zone and encourages me to pursue shot-in-the-dark experiments because you never know what discoveries might emerge. Her genuine curiosity for science is infectious, and she inspires all of us in the lab to ask thoughtful questions, approach our work with rigor, and to think critically about our results. After nearly a decade of working together, I can honestly say I wouldn't be the scientist I am today without your guidance. The fact that I still haven't left your lab speaks volumes about how much I enjoy working together and how deeply I believe in your research program. In such a short time, you've accomplished so much with 20 publications, grants from the Welch Foundation, National Institutes of Health, and the National Science Foundation. I can't think of anyone more deserving for this prestigious award, and please join me in congratulating Dr. Donnie.
Hi, everyone. Wow, I'm truly grateful for this recognition by the university today, particularly as an undergraduate alum. Now, as an academic, I have the privilege of being a lifelong learner, limited only by the reach of my own curiosity to explore the unknown. While this pursuit can sometimes be isolating, it is never done alone. There are 3 groups of people that I want to acknowledge on my journey. First, my parents, for their sacrifices and unwavering support. Second, my mentors, who inspired me, challenged me, and showed me what bold, rigorous thinking looks like. And most importantly, my students, whether in the classroom or the laboratory. Thank you, Jasmine, for being here today. Ka and Shelby, thank you for being here today. Your drive to learn, question, and discover reminds me that the future is full of promise and bright. Thank you.
Please welcome Andrea Cisneros to introduce Farooq Marcos.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is a true honor and pleasure to introduce Professor Farooq Marcos, an associate professor in biology. Professor Marcos received a bachelor's in engineering in electronics and communication engineering from the Instituto Tecnológico de Estudios Superiores de Monterrey in Monterrey, Mexico. He continued his studies at the Technische Universität München, where he received a master's in communication engineering, went on to get another master's in mathematics at Notre Dame, and then a PhD in computer science. So he started as a learner and continues being a lifelong learner, and now a leader in research and teaching. Professor Marcos has made significant contributions on a wide array of areas, from innovative method development based on statistical inference to prediction of biomolecular structure interactions in networks. His expertise in coevolutionary information, protein structure, dynamics, and networks is highly sought after. He has been requested to write multiple commentaries in top leading research journals. And he's the original developer of direct coupling analysis, which is a method that has been used widely by thousands of researchers around the world in myriad applications. He has been recognized by multiple awards, including NSF Career, NIH Mira, and multiple others. And on a personal note, he is a very valued and dear friend and collaborator. And personally, I owe him a debt of gratitude, because it's by his influence and his advice that I am a part of this great institution. So I'm very grateful for his advice on joining UTD. So you have him to thank or to blame for me being here. With that, please join me in welcoming Professor Marcos and this great moment of recognition.
Okay, good afternoon. I would like to start by thanking the UT leadership, Dr. Benson, Dr. Musselman, and Dr. Heinlein for this recognition, and especially to the Green Professorship to recognize myself. I want to start by saying that this week I submitted my package to become a full professor. And you might wonder, what does it take to be a full professor? And typically what you do is you have to write a lot of documents explaining how your contributions to creative research, teaching, and service are important internationally and nationally, right? But then you briefly and quickly realize that when you start writing about yourself, you start really talking about other people. When you talk about creative research, you talk about your co-authors, you talk about your colleagues and your collaborators, some of them who are here. Then when you talk about teaching, you're not really talking about what you do, you talk about your students, you talk about your graduate students, you talk about your undergraduate students. Then you talk about the students who you were part of their dissertation committee, and you talk about high school students that maybe you have mentored. Then in service, it's all about everyone else. It's about how you contribute to the community, how you support others. And that made me realize that this is the nature of this career, the nature of academia is not really about ourselves, but it's really about how we fit in with the rest of the community. So I would like to highlight that special feature of being an academic, and I would like to thank everyone and all the persons who were part of this network and helped me succeed here. Especially, I would like to also thank my family, who's been very supportive, and especially my wife, Larissa, who's here. We grew up together. We've been together for 30 years. So thanks a lot, and thank you all for being here.
Please welcome Jacob Roy to introduce Xiao Jam.
Dr. Xiao Jam joined the Department of Physics at UT Dallas as an associate professor in 2022. Prior to that, she was an associate researcher in the Department of Earth, Planetary, and Space Sciences at UCLA. In addition to teaching physics classes, she leads the Experimental Space Plasma Group that is now part of the William B. Hansen Center for Space Sciences at UT Dallas. The focus of the group is the study of charged particle dynamics in Earth's and other planetary magnetospheres, and how they connect the magnetospheres to the lower ionosphere and even the atmosphere. Her research interests include wave-particle interactions in Earth's and Jovian magnetospheres, aurora and particle precipitation, excitation and propagation of plasma waves, plasma kinetics in the planetary magnetospheres, incorporating plasma waves into space weather modeling, and instrument and CubeSat development. Dr. Jang received both a master's and a PhD from UCLA in space physics. Her bachelor's degree was awarded by Peking University, where she majored in space physics. In 2021, she received the Young Scientist Award from the International Union of Radio Science, a non-governmental international nonprofit organization affiliated with the International Council for Science. Provost Musselman and Dean Heinemann will now formally invest Dr. Xiao Jam as a fellow, Eugene McDermott Distinguished Professor.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm truly honored and humbled, as many of us are here, to receive this endowed position. First, I would like to express my gratitude to our donors. Your generosity is making all of this happening today. And also to the leadership of this university, our president, Dr. Benson, and Provost Dr. Musselman, and our Dean, Dr. Heinemann. And also express my gratitude to the Department of Physics, Center for Space Sciences, and my lovely colleagues there for their continuous support and mentorship. From helping me settle in when I first relocated here a couple of years ago, and teaching my first class here and mentoring my first student here. So I wouldn't be here without the great community that you all built. And also, I would like to extend the gratitude to my team members, my students, my postdocs, and also my collaborators all over the world for their continuous support, inspiration, and also curiosity. Working and learning together with you has been one of the greatest joys of my career, and also has been a great drive of me standing here. And finally, I would like to express my gratitude to my family, my son, my husband, my family, my parents, for their unconditional love, patience, and belief in me. And you are the foundation of everything I do here and beyond. And finally, as I say this, I think I speak for all of us on the stage, that accepting this honor is not only a recognition of the past efforts, but also a promise for the future a commitment from all of us to further advance our research, our education, and service to UT Dallas, and also to commit to making it a greater place for us to live here and work here. Thank you all.
Well, this concludes our ceremony, and as is often my habit, I'm going to go off script. This is an awesome moment, and I mean that in the purest sense of the word. As president of this university, you know, as I look across and I see such an amazing range of talent, but also excellence, you know, combined in these individuals who we have honored today. It is just such an inspiring sight, and it's a real point of pride to be a colleague. I want to thank the presenters as well for your very thoughtful comments. I also want to thank the folks sitting out in the audience. I've spent a little time now watching you as each of the awardees came to the mic, and I could see these spots of happiness in you, young man. We're the happiest of all. And so, again, to the many family members and friends who are here, you heard from our awardees, you know, what you have meant to them and to their success, and I just want to echo that as well. So maybe we can have one last round of applause for all of our awardees. Yeah. And I think at this point, the stage party is going to amble off stage right, I guess that is. Maybe it's left. And we're going to have a nice reception out in the lobby, so please join us out there for the reception. Thank you, everybody.